Hello, in this video we will go over how to create a share and comment activity using VoiceThread. To begin, go to your course site and then to a content area where you'd like to add this activity. Go to Build Content at the top of the page and choose VoiceThread. Give your activity a name and then add some directions for your assignment. I've typed out some sample directions here for a poster presentation assignment. Share and comment activities are pretty much all along those same lines. Students are all adding one thing and then adding explanation over it, and then everyone has one slide of a long class-wide presentation where they can move through and see what other people have posted and comment on it. So once you've finished your directions, scroll down and under Enable Evaluation, choose Yes, and under Points Possible, I'll grade it out of 100. And then click Submit. Now I'm going to click on my new VoiceThread link for poster presentations. I'm going to choose Assignment Builder and then pick Comment. Now I'll choose Continue. I will create a new VoiceThread. And here I have the option to choose how I want to start my VoiceThread out and what I want the central first piece of content to be. So for me, I've put my directions into a PowerPoint slide, so I'm going to upload those directions using this Add from Computer button. If you did the same, you would use the Add from Computer button, but if you just like to explain to your students what to do, you can record a video slide or an audio slide explaining to the students what they need to do. For my example, I'm going to Add from Computer, choose my slide, I'm going to give my VoiceThread a name, and then I'm going to click Continue. And now I'm presented with a sample of what my VoiceThread looks like. So the way this works, students will follow these directions to click this button down here in the corner and then add their own slides to the presentation. As they do that, you'll have more and more slides in the presentation, one per student, and the students and you will be able to go through and see each one using the left and right buttons down here. Now, to continue on with our setup, I'll click Continue. And I'll have a few options to configure. For number of comments required, for this type of activity we recommend setting it to 0 because sometimes it can be a little tricky and doesn't let students submit if that's set to 1. Then you can choose what types of comments you'd like to allow. I'm just going to leave it on default here. Make sure that Allow Students to Add Slides to any VoiceThreads for this assignment is checked. And then scroll down a little bit further and use the Continue button to move on. Here you'll be able to review your directions and your assignment name. And then a little further down, you can set dates for when students are able to start the assignment, when you want the assignment to be due, and when you want it to close. The start date is when it first becomes visible and they become able to comment. The due date is the visible date you want the assignment to be due, and the close date is when you want them to no longer be able to see the assignment. The due date and close date are usually the same, but sometimes folks will bump out the close date a couple of days to give students the opportunity to post a couple of days late and potentially earn late points. You'll also notice assessment at the bottom allows you to grade with a percentage or point-based system where you grade numerically, or you can use the complete/incomplete grading method where you can just mark the student as either completing the assignment or not completing the assignment. For this example, I'll do percentage and then click Publish. And that's it. Now when I come back to this content area and click on the link, as the instructor, I'm going to see an interface for grading. Everyone's name shows up over on the right, and when I click on their name, once they start posting, I'll be able to see whatever they uploaded, and there'll be a box there for me to type in a grade. If I'd like to look at the whole VoiceThread together, I can click on Assignment Content, and then I can use the buttons down here in the bottom right corner to move through and see what each person has added to the class-wide presentation.